Okay, hi everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm so excited and happy to be here with you today and to bring all of this information forward. We're going to really dive in. So, yeah, throw a comment in the chat if you can hear me. I want to make sure everyone can hear me okay. Hi, Lynn. Thank you, Shelly. Thanks for the feedback. Yay! Okay, hi, Tori. Hi, Rob, Darcy. Where's everyone signing on from? Love to know where you're coming from. Conversations with Spirit. Hello, hello. 12 waiting on April 12th at 12. I know, I love that. I was like, oh, noon felt right to me. And then I realized it was the date. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's 12/12. Awesome. I'm so glad you guys can be here. I'm excited to bring this through. We're at a really amazing point, I feel like, here in the Ascension process. And I want to talk a little bit more about how we can harness that energy and what all of that means for us. Hi from NYC, yes. New York in the house. Serbia, oh my gosh, Romania. Welcome. The Netherlands. Hi, you guys. Thanks for being here. Kansas, Canada. All right, Long Beach. Cool. We got all over here. Norway, California, Chicago. Ooh, that's got a special place in my heart. Spent a lot of time in Chicago. Hi, Bodhi. All right, Sweden. Wow, this is so cool. Thanks, you guys. All right, so I'm going to dive into it and as people join, they will join, and we're going to have a really amazing time here. And this will be posted as a replay if you're not able to catch it live. So I want to talk about a few things that have really been dropping in for me about the energies and how we're accessing more of the heart. So I'm going to get my little marker board going here and I want to explain some things. So, okay, let me draw this body really quick. I'm so bad at drawing human figures, you guys. I took a costume design class when I was in college and they always got mad at me because I would draw the heads way too big, and I'm going to do that right now. It's just, I know it's going to happen. Proportion in me just doesn't seem to line up somehow, but it'll be fine. Okay, but that makes it more fun. You know, we can have a little laugh about my uneven drawings. So here's us as a human. Okay, all right. Hi, Sarah. When do you think we will actually experience a breakthrough and materialize? I will get to that. Okay. So here is our human body, and we have these chakras, right? So I'm just going to draw these. So we have like the crown up here, and then we have the third eye. There's the throat. Third eye is like a little mix of both here. We have the heart. Hopefully I have all the colors here. I don't have a yellow, but that's okay. Here's the sacral and the root. So I'm just going to draw like a circle here. We know that that's the solar. Okay, so we have, these are the 7 main chakras. Now there's more than this, but these are the main ones that we work with. Now here on planet Earth, Earth is the planet of heart. We're learning to come back into the heart. So if you notice, there's 7. So that means there's an even amount on either side here. And the heart is the bridge. It brings these two together. The upper are feminine, the lower are more masculine chakras. And that's just an energetic thing. They're both beautiful in their own way. So what I've seen in meditation that my guides have shown me is that it's almost as if the chakras are doing this really crazy thing. So when we receive information from each of these chakras, so they're energy centers, it's about receiving information in a certain way. So whether that's through like a knowing in the crown, or maybe this is like a vision that we're feeling or imagining in our body. Maybe we're receiving something about what we want to create down here. And what happens is we receive that information, and the way I felt it is that it gets kind of sent back to the heart. So it's like they get this, and it's like, bing, I see like these little almost antennas that come and send it back to the heart. And the heart takes in that information. And what's happening is, it does look like Bigfoot. Okay, someone put that in the chat. Yeah, so what's happening is we are sending this information to the heart, and the heart gathers all of this. It's the bridge. And it's saying, okay, we're waiting for the heart to take action now. So the heart is this bridge between the feminine and the masculine, the receiving, the intuition, and the action taker. And, the masculine really protects the feminine that way. She brings through all of this information. She brings through insight, idea, and then she gives it to these like lower chakras or these masculine energies. And the masculine goes, great. I trust what you're bringing through so much that I'm now going to put it into action. Oh my gosh, it just like made me emotional. But it's like, that's how it works. And that's how it works within us, that we trust ourselves so much that the things we're receiving, we're going to put them into action. And we give that to the heart, and the heart says, okay, it's like the leader of the chakras. And we like push out from this heart space, and we say, okay, now I'm going to feel this energy out in the world, and I'm going to now put this heart energy into action and make it a physical thing. So this really cool thing, I just feel like is happening as we step more into the heart. The chakras are lining up in a system where it's like supporting the heart. Hey, we're receiving all this. You've got this. Let's step out from the heart and really put this into action. So I just wanted to bring clarity to that. I hope that all makes sense about the chakras, how we're moving forward in this energy. So when you're receiving things, it's almost like, let me drop down into the heart and talk to that space. What does the heart have to say about this now? This is how we become these heart workers. It's how we become the heart leaders. We're using the light that's been hitting each of these chakras, that's been hitting our body as a whole. Light is information. And we're bringing it now to the heart to put it into action. So cool. So we can start practicing this of, I'm going to drop into the heart, and we just like we want to move things out of the way of the heart, because there's ego, there is fear, there's all kinds of stuff sitting there. And what I do is like, I imagine it almost, let's say there's a fear that's coming in at the heart. It's like this big blob here. What I'll do is I'll be like, okay, I'm going to notice what this is. Maybe it's doubt. Maybe it is something about what will people think of me. I just kind of like gather it into this bubble. So I'm like, okay, I see this clump here. And I kind of just say, there's no space for this right now. This is in charge. The heart is in charge. And I imagine sending that bubble just like off to the side for a minute. So it's like, it'll just go, and it's like, you can be here, but you're just going to observe. And the heart really then comes into its open space. And I just imagine expanding that energy out further and further and further. And this is like how we support ourselves. It's all this energy that's been sent to us, and we're expanding it out now. And then I just ask the heart, what is it that you want? How do you foresee this energy moving out into the world? And this is the deep space that we want to get into. So when we drop into that space and we're asking the heart, we're just releasing. It's surrender. It is, I'm just listening. When we're in conversation, the way we have the deepest amount of conversation is we're fully listening and giving our full attention to that person and receiving what they're sharing with us. Whether that's a complaint, whether that is something about themselves and a realization, it doesn't matter. We're just receiving it, and we're observing how that information is coming through. There is no ego. It's just a neutral state. The heart is neutral. It's just about, okay, I'm getting the information and then I'm stepping into it. So this is the space we're entering into and dropping into that and clearing it so we can really listen to the heart. Now, a lot of this information of working with the heart comes through in our past lives and these ancient civilizations. Oh my gosh, I'm looking for, I was like, I need a tissue to wipe all this off, and I'm out of tissue. So I'm going to use this little eraser so I can kind of draw from here. But with these ancient civilizations, now, whether you have been to any of these lifetimes or not, we can still call in that energy. And I want to just share a little something about my Lemurian lifetime. I've probably been to this lifetime like a dozen times, and I'd go a dozen times more. And I just want to share something about it. So I was this big, tall, like light grayish blue being. And I had this, like, I was male, and I had this like little black bowl cut and a little loincloth. And I would just like run around the islands in my loincloth with my black bowl cut, and I would just love life and receive all of this information. So the land in Lemuria represented the masculine. It was putting something into the physical. And they had this beautiful sparkly blue water there. And that water represented the feminine, and it was about the receiving. You go into that water, it has molecules, it has codes, it has all kinds of stuff like that. And you would receive so much information there. So I could shapeshift into this like fish being. It was like this beautiful, sparkly, like green blue fish being. And I would shapeshift and I would go into the water and I would just swim all over the place, and I would receive all of these downloads. And then I'd come back onto the land and I'd be like, okay, now let me go find how to put this into action. And I would go ask, okay, I'm drawn to talk to this person that can help me with this idea that I have, because they have this tool. And I feel like this is really, we're coming back into this energy now of receiving. And I really feel like we're receiving information from these past lives, whether that is Lemuria, it is Atlantis. I've also been doing a lot of work with a lifetime that I had with the Anunnaki. I was a humanoid being, and really seeing the gifts that are there for us and how we can bring them back into our heart space and act from that place. Now, this is really crucial. So we're bridging a gap here. So as Earth descended, so it basically like descended and we're reascending. And as we descended, it put all of these layers around itself. So this is what we would call like the dark. So let me draw this real quick. So basically, you know, Earth is like up here, and it wants to step into more of a knowing of who it is, just like we do. We want to know more of who we were. And so it starts to drop down. And the way I see it is like there's these layers that it passes through. And as it drops down, it's picking up a layer, and then that layer gets put around Earth. So it's like it's here. Now, what is this layer? To me, I see it as some of these ancient civilizations. So let's say this first layer is like Lemuria. We're planting seeds here. And you know, Lemuria, it's in many different locations in the Pacific. But let's say Lemuria happens and then the dark comes in. We were open to this. We agreed to it. And it's like it puts this layer now around the Earth, right? So now we can't fully remember who we are. So then let's say it drops down again, and this other layer gets put around the Earth and us. But what's happening is these ancient civilizations, they knew what was happening. We knew before this. We're basically like kind of going back in time a little bit. And they left information, codes, stuff for us to access from these civilizations. And the more we come into our soul remembrance, the more we activate the memory of who we are, guess what happens? That happens. The layers come off. And so when we go to these times, when we visit places like Atlantis, like Lemuria, whether it is even with these, you know, not great Anunnaki beings, there's codes in each of these places, and we have the ability to tap into them and access it. You know, we look at somewhere like Egypt, and it's been this mysterious place for so long with these pyramids and these temples and the Sphinx. And it's like, what were they doing here? How was this built? And I feel like what I'm being shown is this is a puzzle piece. They're like, we know, you know, it's versions of us that lived during these civilizations. They were like, we know that we're dropping deeper and we're going to come back to it. So we're going to leave the puzzle pieces here for us to access. What a cool game. You know, we created this game ourselves for us to move through. So anyways, I want to today, as we know this, I want to go in and kind of look at the energies of some of these places because I think it's so important. And this is what we're activating. And so I really feel like this is a huge focus right now. And this is really why I really wanted to start Quantum Soul Academy. And we're really going to be focusing on this in May to reactivate into these energies in a much deeper way, to understand the codes that they really left behind and how we can bring that back into our heart. This is the work that has like catapulted me. It's this deep memory and deep soul discovery that we're moving into. And so I know a lot of us are here in this space like, I want to go deeper. I want to know and I want to access this. And that's what I want to do in QSA. So if you're feeling called to join, please do. I'm so excited to go deep and offer this because it's going to be so powerful. We deserve to be powerful. We deserve to be in the remembrance and the memory of what all of this is and rise up into, you know, this beautiful earth without these layers on it, to access back into these codes. And that's what we're going to do. So if you're called to join, the link is below as well. Okay, so I want to talk about a little bit of what we're going to do here. I want to take us into a meditative journey to access some of this and get a sense of that energy. So, and there's a question here. Will we be able to access memories of our past selves? I have a lot of data on my ancestors I want to ask about. But I'm also wondering if we'll be able to, yeah, of course we can access the memories of our past selves. It's all in there. Like I said, these layers that I was showing you, it's just us, it's the dark trying to keep us from remembering. That's it. But we can always remember, and we can take that doubt, that fear that's trying to pop in and just pop it out and say, you're sitting over here now. Dropping into that heart space, knowing that we deserve to have that power and we deserve to access those codes, that's going to help us get there. And I think it's so much easier than we think. We don't have to do this like grandiose, 3 to 4 hour past life regression every time. It has, the access is already in here. And so we're learning to trust that. We're learning to drop into that space, and it's always available to us. So we absolutely can. And I think sometimes it takes practice. This is consistent work over time. I think there's this kind of idea floating around in the spiritual world that this is all just one pop and then we got it. No, it's like pop after pop after pop, and we keep going. And I don't know about you, but man, my soul craves this work. It craves it. The more I do it, I'm like, wow, I feel so abundantly powerful. And not in this way of like, I want to take control of things, but in this way of, I know who I am. And I get to step into this energy for myself. And there's nothing more, I would say, loving and wonderful feeling than coming into that access for ourselves. So that, yeah, this is my focus in Quantum Soul Academy and QSA. So, the other thing I want to say is like, we can listen to stuff all day. I know I share a lot on YouTube. We can read books. We can do all this stuff. And that's great. That's knowledge, but we want wisdom. Wisdom comes with experience. It comes with accessing those parts of us. We want to come into our soul's history and its wisdom and what it's carrying, because that's going to elevate us. It's not just about, oh, I know this stuff. It's, I know this stuff because I've felt it inside of me. I've experienced it myself. So I really want to take people into experiencing that. So that's another reason why I started this. And when we do this, as a community, when we do it with a group of people, it is like, that energy is so amplified. It's so amplified. So yeah, and I know, and also in there, I want to do like these group chats. I want to do group Q&As and things like that, so we can really just dive into this energy together and like catapult to this next level. It feels really powerful. Okay, I'm feeling. What is it? That's what I need, because all the places in the puzzle I want to feel. Yeah, we're here to find all of these puzzles, and I feel like we hold these pieces for each other. You know, what if someone goes in and experiences something in a meditation and it might be different from what someone else may have experienced, but when we share that insight with each other, it's like, oh, that's a piece, and I just experienced something through what somebody shared. So it's really exciting. All right, shall we go in and do this meditation? I want to go in and we're going to experience, I want to drop us into the heart, and we're going to pull in some of the energies of these civilizations. And we want to focus in on what the energies were that they were planting, that they were seeding for us to come back to and reactivate into. That's what we're going to look at. So really focusing on, how does this feel in the body? If you're someone who doesn't see visuals, it's completely okay. A lot of people don't. I'd say actually it's more common than you think. I am very visual, so I tend to describe things that way, but that doesn't mean you have to see stuff. It's all about just focusing on what your body is experiencing, on where you're being drawn. It's like, oh, this is curious. This thing just popped in, this feeling in my heart, this feeling in my stomach, this thought that's dropping in that maybe I don't normally experience. That's the intuitive hit. That's the power that's wanting to drop in for you. And you want to focus on how that's being received by you. And as you follow that, then the information starts to unfold. So don't worry if you're not seeing anything visual. It's just about sensing it. All right, let me just see a couple questions here. Sarah, how long do you suppose is energy making my body heavy? I don't know. I think it's about how long if we have a heavy energy in our body, it's how long do we want to give it power? And I think everything is an invitation. You know, we can look at something as, this is something that needs to be fixed and needs to be healed, or we can step to this other side and say, this is something that's just trying to communicate with me right now. It's a part of my soul that wants to express. And I think sometimes we just need to shift that perspective, that heaviness releases when we're like, okay, this isn't about something going away. When we tell it to go away, it's going to feel more abandoned, and that's probably how it already feels. It's about, it just wants to be heard. So, okay, what does this heaviness have to say to me? And I think when you give it a chance to express and discover something more about who you are in your heart, then it releases. It's like, oh, I don't need to push so hard anymore. Have you ever been in that state? I know I have so many times where I'm like, I have to fix this. I got to figure this out, and I got to get it done right now. And it feels so heavy and tight in our body. And as soon as we just drop and like, it's okay, I'll let it show itself to me. I'll just like, why am I doing this right now? So I think it's about just like, oh, we get to choose. How long do we want it to be heavy? Or are we just going to let this heaviness kind of speak and release and show itself, and we give it that comfort and say it's okay? So yeah, someone put slowing down. I think slowing down is this intentional thing of like, I think that it matches with the heart. And sometimes when we slow down and just say, okay, all this stuff is coming in that I think I have to do, when I just kind of separate it and I drop into this heart space, it slows me down, but ultimately it speeds us up, because now we're clear. We're accessing that part of our heart that gets to want to be pushed out into this centered space and create a physical reality that feels light, that feels loving. So, okay, I feel like there's something else that just dropped in while I was talking. Let me see if I can go grab it again. It's about the heart. I don't know. It's okay. They're just dropping me into the heart here. So I feel like I want to lead us in. And then afterwards, I'm open to take any questions that you may have, if you want to share things in the chat. So if you are able to and want to join me for this meditation, if not, you can always catch the recording. I want to take us in to experience some of these energies and help reactivate into our heart and access these codes that are available to us for this ascension process. Okay. So just getting nice and comfortable wherever you are at. And let's take a nice deep breath together. Just breathing in nice and deep through the nose if you can. If not, it's all right. But just feeling that breath move all the way down through your chest and shooting into the lower part of your body as well. Just really feeling that support until it really expands out. And a nice deep exhale as you feel that breath just open you up and relax the body. And really beginning to bring your attention to the heart space here. If you want to put your hand on the heart, it may help. And we're going to take in another nice deep breath. And as you do, just imagining each of the other chakras with this breath, just pulling all of their energy and knowledge and pulling it into the heart as you breathe in. And when you can't breathe in anymore, just holding at the top there, focusing that breath in the heart space. Just holding there as you imagine pushing that breath out and that energy as it expands the heart. And on the exhale, just feeling that heart expand even more as it relaxes into the comfort of this space. And we'll do one more deep breath here. Just pulling that breath in nice and slow. Pulling that ease into your body. And just getting the sense as you pull this breath in that your body begins to be suspended in space. Held in this beautiful energy of space and time. And on this exhale, almost gathering the sensation of your body floating. And continuing to breathe here. Feel as though we're beginning to get the sense of this higher beam of light. It's almost like a golden, sparkly golden color coming down as it surrounds your body. Light really soaking in. This is your golden power. You might even feel it soak into the solar plexus. And this light creates a bubble around the body, just feeling the warmth of that light. And this light is activating this power in the body, the support to be able to take action from the heart. And just getting the sense of that solar plexus really expanding and vibrating. That you deserve to be in this power of who you are. And as that solar plexus builds, bringing your attention back up to the heart. And feeling the support there. Just letting yourself know you are fully supported. That all of these other chakras and energies have got your back. That all of this knowing, all of this creativity, all of this vision and expression that wants to come forward deserves to. deserves to be filtered through this heart and this loving place. Just really feeling that sense of worth and value in your heart for all that you are and all that's coming forward for you right now. It feels like the heart chakra is beginning to grow now. It's almost like this whole bubble begins to fill around your body, this beautiful emerald light. It begins to blend with that golden light around you. Creating a nice bubble, protecting you in this space. And the guides just want you to know that what you're being called towards deserves to be offered into the world. And that it's here to open people's hearts. Just feeling that sense of deservingness here for yourself. And as you're in this heart space, you may begin to sense 4 other versions of Earth coming towards you. They may just feel like balls of energy that present themselves in front of you, or you might see them in your mind's eye. And just feeling them present themselves right in front of you, almost an arm's length in front. And we're going to go ahead and pull the first, I feel like it's all the way to the left, this version of Earth, and just pulling its energy towards you. And this version of Earth represents Lemuria and the civilization there. As you feel that energy coming towards you and pulling it into your heart, whether you've been to Lemuria or not, or seen this lifetime, it's okay. Just getting a sense and asking this energy, what is it? What does it feel like? And just getting a sense of how it operated in Lemuria. And as you get a sense of this Lemurian energy, I invite you to ask it, what are the codes that it has planted in the earth for us to reaccess? And getting a sense of that now as you fully pull this energy into your heart. When you're ready, you can send Lemuria, that's this version of Earth, back into its space. And we're going to move to another version of Earth, this other energy that's right in front of you. And this one is Atlantis. There's a lot going on in Atlantis, but there was still heart-based beings here who accessed the higher dimensional energy. Just pulling that energy towards you now from Atlantis. Pulling it into your heart. You might even notice there's a color associated with it. And just getting a sense of this energy, how it feels a little different, and what is it that they were accessing here, and how their higher energy operated. And once you have a sense of this, just trusting what's coming forward, you can go ahead and ask this Atlantean energy about the codes it's planting on this version of Earth. What are we re-accessing within ourselves? And once you've grabbed this, just fully placing that into your heart as it mixes with this Lemurian energy and becomes another piece of the puzzle. Just sending this Atlantean Earth back into its space and time as well. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and move to this third Earth, this third civilization, and this is Egypt. I'm beginning to pull this energy towards you from Egypt, these higher times. Just trusting what's coming forward about the energy that was happening in Egypt, maybe even the structures they were creating. What is it that your soul wants you to remember about the Egyptian energy? And once you have a sense of this energy, what are the codes that we're re-accessing here? How do we step back into this higher energy from Egypt? And just feeling this energy as you fully pull it into your heart. Placing it into the body and thanking Egypt for sharing this with you. So you send that version of Earth back into its place and time. And we come now to this fourth and final version of Earth. And this is our current civilization. And the love that's coming forward from our current space and time. From each other and from ourselves. Just pulling the energy of this earth towards you. The whole version of this earth comes towards you, and it's almost as if it's placed under your feet and you're able to step onto it. As you feel it connect into your feet, it surges up through your body and into your heart. And your heart wants to show you how it's planting codes. How it's accessing the heart in this current civilization. What does that look or feel like for you? And how can you start taking these codes from these past civilizations? How do they want to be implemented right now? Bringing all of this energy together. How does it elevate you into your highest power? When you've received this information here, this current version of Earth is going to go back into its space and time. All of these versions of Earth that we've just pulled in begin to merge together into one. Feeling them connect into each other. All their codes placed in your heart. A nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. You feel yourself floating back down into that combined version of Earth, which is where we currently exist. Floating and settling back into your current space and moment and time, and into the space that you're in. Locking all of this information into the heart, taking it as you move forward into the world. And 1, 2, 3, coming back, fully aware and reawakened. you all just a minute to come back. I could like really feel that energy. It felt really good. Feel free to drop anything in the comments of how that was for you. Always love to hear those insights. Ma SM says, wow. Tori, I love that face that you're posting. Open Contact just got here. That's okay. The replay is going to be posted so you can access it. It's great. Awesome. Felt so grateful on my return. Your mind can only process so much. That's okay. You're still receiving it. You're still getting something out of it, and you can always come back to it. Open Contact says, thank you. You're welcome. Love your handle. Love the Open Contact handle. Those intense moments, I could really feel us all accessing the different energies. Yeah, I think it's extra powerful because we're doing it all together too. I just love that kind of work. I felt my crown with Atlantis and my throat with Egypt. Yeah, I always see a lot of blue with Egypt. You're so welcome, Darcy. Thank you. Awesome. Savarna says, I got the message. You did not come here to be daunted. Wow, I love that. Cassie, very powerful. Integrate a lot of those energies at once. Yay, awesome. Cool. So yeah, hopefully you got something out of that. I really feel called to offer this type of work and help us come back into this knowingness of who we are. It's so powerful to really remember this for ourselves. So if you want to dive deeper with me and want to join me in QSA, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going even deeper. And I just feel like we're at this point where it's like, you know, put up or shut up. It's like, are we going to do it? And this consistent diving in over time and with others and constantly meeting ourselves at this level and going deeper and deeper and getting those details, we're opening ourselves up to receive more and more of who we are and more of our power. So if you feel called to join me, I hope to see you there. If you join in the next 48 hours to QSA, I will also send you a meditation for free to access one of these lifetimes in one of these ancient civilizations. And you can do the meditation as many times as you'd like to go to Egypt, to go to Atlantis, to go to Lemuria, to go as to your Inca lifetime, whatever it may be. So that's available to you. So I really hope to see you inside Quantum Soul Academy. I just think it's really going to be powerful. This soul discovery is, it is the tool for me. I know there's many ways to bake a cake, but some of us like chocolate, some of us like vanilla, some like strawberry. And mine is just, it's this soul discovery. But either way, we're putting it in the oven, it's going to come out a cake. So if you enjoy this work and you feel called towards it, please join. I hope to see you there. All right, I'll see if there's any questions or anything else that's coming up for you guys. 2 lives are shown to me in Egypt: a village woman with a child and a priestess with bracelets that produce sound. Oh yeah, sound's huge in Egypt. I feel like that's so cool. That's awesome. All cakes are great, aren't they? It's making me want to go eat some cake. Let's celebrate this new energy. I would love this meditation. Are you posting the free lifetime meditation in QSA? Yes, that will be available in QSA if you join QSA in the next 48 hours. So that will be available to you. I got archetypes for Lemuria. Innocence. Okay, very cool. Yeah, Innocence in Lemuria. Atlantis was rise of logic. Ego, yeah. Egypt, storage of truth. And let ego explore its fullness. Wow, okay. Current, end of the cycle. New earth, convergence. Yay! Ancient knowledge delivered successfully. Awesome. Cool. Still feeling the effects. Egypt was an integration of the other two. Felt like that sound was the way the energies expressed. Felt I saw green with Lemuria and bright white with Atlantis, beige or brown with Egypt, and blue with our current Earth. Did an infinity air symbol as we weaved them all together. Wow, that's so cool. I love that. Okay. I feel like I'm missing some people. You guys are responding to each other, and I'm like, wait, did I see that comment? It sounds like it was a good one. Okay, great. Beautiful. Watch again. Yes, please do. Hi, Roseanne. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you for those of you that sent me some super chats. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you all being here. And again, if you're interested in joining QSA, that link is below, or you can find it in my profile. And I hope to see you there. And if you want that the past lifetime meditation, that's available for the next 48 hours. Thank you guys so much. And I really hope to dive deep with you as we step into our full soul power and activate that memory of who we truly are. Because that's where we're going to receive those details, those gifts, those skills to really build out this new earth and create this abundant reality that is rich and full of higher possibility. Thank you guys. I love you so much, and I will see you soon.